California's Attorney General Rob Bonta is sharing new information on how Florida is behind 2 flights bringing 36 asylum migrants to Sacramento.
NBC Bay Area's Conejero Saab joining us now with the latest on this story. And Ginger, it really is gaining national and international attention for that matter.
That's right, Marcus and Laura. A lot of eyes here locally and beyond on these migrant flights. And this morning, California Attorney General Rob Bonta sharing new details on those 2 flights that have now brought a total of 36 migrants to Sacramento over the last 4 days. In an interview this morning with MSNBC's Jose Diaz-Balart, the Attorney General talks about what the migrants' experience has been and why California is accusing Florida of being behind these flights. It is the most detailed AG Bonta has been so far on what the investigation into these migrant flights is revealing. Let's listen in to part of that interview.
And so let's talk about that. What were the promises that they were made, and what are you basing on your comment that this is through the state of Florida?
Well, I spoke with them. There were 16 different asylum seekers in Sacramento that came on Friday. I spoke with them on Saturday with the governor and the first partner. And they all had a similar story, that they were promised help finding jobs if they traveled with the individuals that were recruiting them. We know who those individuals are because there's a document that says who they are. They are representatives of a private company called Vertil Systems, Inc., that is a vendor for the state of Florida as part of the state of Florida's official program, the so-called voluntary transportation program. There's a budget line item that funds this program. It's an official act of the state of Florida that has created and supports it. So we have documentation showing that this is the state of Florida's acts, and documents were provided to the asylum seekers indicating exactly that.
Well, Bonta continues on to say he is casting a broad net to find those accountable, including the state of Florida and its employees, as well as private individuals. Now, the charges being explored include kidnapping, false imprisonment, and, quote, other types of violations that are based on deception, misrepresentation, lying, false representation. Now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and other state officials have not responded to these accusations so far. Meanwhile, a press conference over in Sacramento gave an update on the migrants and how they're doing. The migrants were not present at that press conference, but there were recorded audio messages that were played. One woman sharing her gratitude, saying she was thankful that she has now arrived in Sacramento. She's hoping to have a good life here, and she says she wants to work and serve. We'll continue to follow this developing story as the days continue. Back to you guys in the studio.